Hola, everybody, and welcome to Monday Night Fire Shrike. When we left off, the crew was fighting like mad. There was chaos, there was confusion, there was lots of fire. There's apparently some shit going on in the ships that we're hearing background noise from, so we don't know exactly what's going on. We get the impression that maybe they're being invaded. So there. With that said, we're going to drop back in at the top of the round, which is, I believe, Lady Sonnet. So, Lady Sonnet, go for it. Go for it. What is
Okay, Lady Sonnet, we need you to actually kick some ass. I need you to kill somebody. Kill somebody for me today. So I need a new pair of shoes and roll.
Make their numbers smaller, our numbers bigger.
Uh,
24. Not enough for this trick attack, but that's 24. That is enough to hit, so not damage for the trick attack. But which one is she attacking? One in front of Neck Kivo or the one off to the side?
that one.
Okay. All right. Uh, yeah. Describe to me how she kills him. What does that look like? She
Oh,
didn't get the
well,
trick attack off, but she did get the attack.
she looks like she was trying to feign at the other guy that was running at Nectivo, and the guy that she actually attacked saw it, but he was still so slow, having taken so much fire damage that he missed, and she just punctured his lung.
Yeah. So like maybe like even though he saw it coming, he couldn't get the block up in time, and she just fucking stabs her bone blade straight through his throat. I love it.
Right? He sticks his finger in the hole and he's like, "Fuck you," and then dies.
Ashira, you are down and unconscious. You can spend a resolve point to come back to 1 hit point this
She
round.
did that already.
No, she spent one to go to 0 hit points.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
she spent one
Spent
not
one
to die, and now she needs
yeah,
to spend one to come back to life.
yeah.
Is that what you're doing, dear?
What am I supposed to roll?
No,
You don't have to roll
you're
anything.
spinning a resolve.
So if you're
Oh, okay.
if
So
you
then I'm at 1 hit point.
yes, and
Right?
you can move because the guy in front of you is on the ground tripped. He can't do
Where
anything
am I at?
right now.
Move towards us.
I,
Move towards the
No, you
building.
need to go there.
Yeah.
there. I'm moving it.
In
Okay.
fact, you can move one more space in, I think.
Can I?
Yeah,
Yeah, 15 feet.
5,
Or
10.
no, now it's one more, but it doesn't matter. That's
Yeah.
perfect
It's
because
fine.
now you're not. And now gravity is normal again, so you don't feel like you're 200 pounds heavier than normal.
All right. Cool. So Shira, you get up off of the ground like you come to, and you just see bodies all over the place. You hurt from head to toe. Is flash fried, you know, more than once, and there's just the explosions in your head and whatnot, and you manage to get yourself moving and get through the door. Like you're the basic like you Basic leaves you just enough opening. Like you actually are about half terrified getting past him because he doesn't look like he just looks like he's in a frenzy. But he seems to ignore you. Tix Pit, probably lets you through pretty easily enough, and Merch doesn't take up enough space to stop you, and he's flying anyway.
Nope. Yeah. No, I'm not flying yet.
Oh, you're now flying? Okay.
Nope.
All right.
I just walked between people's legs because I had to jet
Oh,
dash.
okay. I got you. That's right. But yeah, you kind of as you're sort of kind of crawling and half crawling, half roadie run, walking, whatever. You see like Merch is just like you go right by Merch, who's like who's standing there. Get yourself through the door. To see Shaba and Vesa right in front of you. Shaba down the hallway a little bit, and Serald is on the other side of the door. So, and you see Xander down the hallway too.
You hear Merch as you go by just go, "Wait, I have to stab you with this needle of helping."
Needle of helping. I love it. But it is to them, so I need to gotta had them figured out grouping wise. So it's 3, so I'm looking for 13. So who is he? Oh, he gets to attack. So he's gonna attack Nekivo. I believe it's. Yep, that's what. Oh my god, I actually did remember that correctly.
Good job.
Using his Solarian weapon.
Oh,
There's
you're attacking
26.
Connectivo? Cool.
Well, I'm attacking there's a bad guy. There's one of these guys attacking Nekivo is getting attacked, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Um,
what?
no, it's not his initiative yet. It's
That's
the
why I was
bad guys.
confused.
Does a 26 hit his KAC?
Checking now. Well, if I can not do that. Character sheet. 26, I'm pretty sure hits though. Yep. KAC is only 25.
So Nekivo takes uh, a total of 15 points of damage as he gets it, and is the black sword like weapon, slashes him across his left shoulder.
He's annoyed.
Yeah. Then see, that's him. Nope, he's not in that grouping. 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 Is that the only one left in that particular grouping that's still up? I guess so. All right. Fair enough. Twinkle, are you're continuing to work on the cots this run?
That's
Or
exactly what's happening.
whatever. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, so maybe we get like a quick scene of Twinkle, like what's it look like as he's got Nurse Jerkazal helping him? Like, does it look like he's sweating? Is he, hot shouting orders? Is he, you know, is he rifling through shit? What's he doing here? What does this look like? As
I
he's,
can imagine for the two of us, it's actually probably kind of a silent, kind of just a silent, wordless thing almost.
yeah,
She sees
Definitely-
the parts as we need it, and she sees the parts as we need them, and I'm putting them on as she's handing them to me.
Yeah, and like you
Awesome.
definitely get a support vibe from Nurse Jerkdazal. Like she is used to playing second
Okay.
fiddle and very comfortable with it.
Yep.
Oh
All
my
right.
god, good for you, Nurse Jerk Dizal.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, then that takes it to Merch and his needles of help.
Ashira, Ashira, Ashira. What am I going to do with you? Well, the first thing is I'm going to stab you with a small hypodermic syringe filled with the serums that I have engineered to help you as much as it can. So I'm gonna walk over, take a 5-foot step, and I'm going to slash. I don't have to penetrate her armor to apply a serum, right?
No, unless she's trying to fight you on it and doesn't want to get stabbed with a needle.
Yeah, something tells me that you're not trying to not get healed right now.
He's gonna you're muted,
You are muted, yeah.
and he's penetrating you.
Wow.
Good lord.
Wow,
It's a
I
tiny
before I
needle.
get to notice that was your friend there that went there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
5. All right.
I quit.
Get 16
No,
HP
come
back.
Yeah, you are healed of 16 as Merch.
Yay.
See that the serum of healing.
Yeah, he like runs over, is like, this will only hurt a little bit, but later it will hurt a lot. And then just like stabs you in the foot and induces the serum.
Oh, in the foot.
Yeah, and you're a little
He
bit.
is small.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, you get 16 hit points back, and that takes us then to Isaki. Oh God, what is she gonna do? That's a good question. There she is.
She's also going to stab Ashira in the foot. Kidding.
Let's see. She has spells. Yeah. She's already got reflecting armor. She's gonna attempt a hold person spell, and that is a level 2. It's a will save. Her DC for that is 19. She's going to attempt to cast hold person on this guy right here. He's got to make a DC 18 or DC 19 will save, so slash R1d20 plus that. Holy shit, he barely passes. Yeah. Although it is probably obvious to you, Zai, that this guy is, there's like a magical force that starts to hold him, but he manages to break free barely. There's a moment of struggle.
It happens.
That's what Isaki does. Shaba, which is for tonight under Nightheart's control.
Alright,
What
I'm
is
just
Shaba going to
trying.
do?
I'm looking through a completely new character spell list real quick.
Yeah.
You got
I
this.
believe in you.
I believe in you.
Okay, up to
Believe in the
1,
me that
3,
believes
10
in you.
per level. No more than 30 feet apart. Alright. Well, no more than 30 feet apart. Yeah, that's all of them. Have fun, fuckers.
Slow.
Good.
What's the save DC on that?
Let's see, this is the third level, so... Is
And what
a 20 will save.
Okay.
And it just hits all of them.
So let's go from the start. Oops.
Boo.
That's one.
Oh.
A pox upon you, Jester.
Well, the one that wasn't held is now slowed. You can only take a move action or a standard, but not both. Okay, so that's what that is.
They had no
So-
full actions, and they're staggered.
That one's a miss, so that one. And the other one over here. Okay, so all the ones around Zai failed. The one that's on the ground failed.
Somebody
And
needs to kill this guy, by the way.
Ooh.
he needs to kill what? That guy? He's on a skiff. And he's there he's just kind of watching at the moment, but he turns around, you still can't see any of his features, just his silhouette. He turns around and he you see one of his hands reach up to his ear for a minute, and he nods, and the skiff starts to take off going upward.
Fuck him
And,
and the skiff he rode in on.
Yeah. All right. And
Note
so
to self. We need to get Lady Sonnet a fucking big ass long rifle.
where did the guy that was right here go?
I don't know.
He ran away peeing his pants. Duh. Didn't you see it?
No.
Everyone saw
I
it. We all
know.
laughed.
There's zealots, remember? They won't do that. That's why I wasn't like, you should just give up because I'm Captain's Eye.
Disappointed. We could have definitely not actually, but pretended that we were going to fool Jesta.
Because, I mean, that would have been like, don't fight us. I'm Captain's Eye.
That's a pretty good argument, all things considered.
And that's with me being nice.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
One
I'd be
should
like,
be-
you're all going to die.
One should be so lucky to have such an enemy as Captain's Eye.
So let's see, and it's now Vase's move.
Okay. So
Where is she?
I'm gonna
Is she?
grab Ashira and be like, you're gonna be fine. And inspiring boost her. So she gets 20, you get 25 stamina points back. And
Those
she's
bullet
not.
holes don't matter.
Shira, you get 25 stamina points back.
Yay.
Because
Somehow,
I'm like, you're gonna be fine. And
somehow,
I
somehow
lost
having
you for a
everybody
moment.
there.
I had to reset it.
and and because I have clever improvisations, I don't have to spend a resolve point for that one. Woo.
Hooray!
Can I spend a resolve point and do another envoy action?
It depends. What kind of move was the inspiring boost? Like what type of move was it? Was it a move action move or was it a standard action?
I think it was a standard action. I think I have quick inspired boost. That one's a move action instead. So inspiring boost is just a standard.
Okay, then that means you have a move action. So if you have any abilities that take a move action to do, you could do those.
Okay. Does improved get 'em's a move act? Yeah, improved get 'em's a move action. So everybody around me is going to get a +2 boost, and I'm gonna spend a resolve point so that it works for all targets. So everybody gets a +2 for that.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then I'm just gonna kind of hunker with Ashira and be like, dude, you fucking died. Are you alright? Holy fucking shit, dude. That bitch was worried about me dying and you fucking died. And that ends my turn. Like, that's it.
God damn it.
They called me a wimp, but you're the one who died.
What the fuck?
What was the radius on your improved get 'em? Like
60 feet.
so that's 60, and that means
And it's a +2 against all enemies within 60 feet as well. So, hey,
wow.
fucking
Yeah,
kill them.
that's pretty much everybody is in your aura then.
Hell yeah.
Did I put that in right?
I mean,
60 feet, so yeah. I guess I put that in there.
I
Yeah,
think you put it
so
in right. I think it's okay.
all right. Yeah. Well, I had to double check myself to make sure I didn't add an extra zero, like
Busted.
600
It
feet.
just-
I'm like, what did I do here?
Right.
Like, that's
It just looks
bigger.
really good for us right now.
I was gonna say, and honestly, Jester, I just thought about it. Anyone that's caught in my little star field right now gets a -2 anyway. So I don't know if that would have affected anyone, like to make them fail a save that they had passed or not. But I just thought of it. I'm not worried
Nope.
about it, but it might have.
All right.
Okay.
I don't think so.
That's fine.
Xander, it is your move. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna run.
Okay, you can. You're in the building still, so you can move your full movement rate until you leave the
That's it.
building.
That's what
Right.
I do. I run up to here, and that's it. And I stand.
He stands.
Oh, my gun's out.
Okay.
Didn't make it to the door.
You could you could trade in your standard action for a second move action and get out the
That's
door.
what I
If you
ran
want to get out the
30
door.
feet.
Just
I ran
remember that
60
if you're
feet,
not
though.
a soldier, you shouldn't be
Oh,
outside
okay,
right now.
I got you. Okay, you already did double move. Okay, never mind.
Exactly.
All right, I got you. All right. Let's see. That's Xander Zrinvesh.
Oh, hi. I'm Zenvesh.
Yeah.
Hi, Zrinvesh.
What is Zrinvesh doing?
Well, she ran away. Pix Pit is fine. There I am. So let's see if I can stab stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Does that hit this guy right here?
It does.
Cool.
And 9. All right. All right. Yeah, that's the guy that's on the ground at the moment. So yeah, you kind of stab at him.
Okay, that's what's inverse
And,
dice.
yeah, he's. Ugh. And now that's Captain's eye.
Now it's Captain's eye.
Yes, it is.
Go,
Huh.
Captain! Fuck him
All right,
up!
so
Fuck him up.
Oh no, he was. That's what I thought.
and their save is 20
So it was 20.
because this is star damage.
Okay. So 20. Let's see. So he's got.
Oh, and I should do that. My bad.
He's taking
Nick
minus
Evo take.
2. That's 4. So. That's a fail. That's a fail. And that's a fail. So they all take 18.
Alright. Hang on, Lady Sana's got to make one too. Because they only
Yep.
take half, so it's possible for them to take a quarter. And so yeah, Lady Sonnet made it, so she'll only take.
And you said that's
So
damage from
65.
the star, right?
Yeah, that's damage from the star.
Okay.
And
So
then
he's down.
who's down? The one right here? Or is that one
Nope.
still up?
That
Okay,
one's
well
still
then
up
that's who I'm gonna attack.
there. Hold on. And this one is. He's down to that. He's actually. Get this right here. Alright. Alright. That is not enough to hit him.
No, but I have the flurry of blows, so I'm gonna try again.
Okay. That.
And that one does actually hit. Unless
I love your
like
notes.
That does. And it puts him down.
yeah, all of my weapons have flavor text. It's something that Captain's Eye originals all have.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep. No, he's all right. So he's down. All right. And who are that's one. So that's him, not him, and him. Okay, so and okay, so this guy is gonna get himself up off of the ground. That's all he can do because he's slowed. This guy right here is going to attack Zrenvesh.
Thank you for your bullets.
It's not a bullet. It's a solar weapon.
I thank you for your solar weapon.
Does 29 hit your KAC?
No, that doesn't hit. Ha ha ha. No, yes, of course it does.
You're so convincing. For a second there, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Hey, on
You
Sundays,
stand
I
behind
have to
that
ask
guy.
if a 35 hits because some characters a 35 doesn't hit.
That's fucking crazy.
19. Let's see,
Welcome
that's
to
23,
Pathfinder.
23
Dude.
points of damage. So Zrenvesh takes 23 points of damage as the solar weapon flashes and slashes him in his
Look at that.
right leg.
Zenfaresh finally has a scratch.
Yeah, and from there, that's anyways he's oh And Zai.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you're getting attacked again.
By who? This guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does a 29 hit your KAC?
I'm pretty sure we just went through this, but
Well,
yeah.
for Renvesh.
Hang on. I'm pretty sure. Because I need to upgrade my armor too. Not as bad as Ashira, but
Well, to be fair, though, a lot of that damage was magical, non-directed, that armor class didn't do anything against. There was
yeah, that
quite a bit of,
completely
like,
hits my
magical
KAC.
damage. All right, so that's 19 points damage as he
Okay.
stabs at you with his solar weapon, and it catches you like as you're wheeling backwards or wheeling to the side. Manages to anticipate your movement.
How? I almost say.
Serold. It is Serold's turn.
Right.
Don't
Oh,
forget your
great,
plus
Cyril.
2.
We missed you last week.
So much.
Thinking of what to do. Let me look at something real quick on my character sheet, what the range on that grenade is. Explode.
Yeah, and remember, grenade ranges are halved outside.
And you're gonna have to like move to where you can actually throw a grenade at them, which is
Yeah.
okay because you can occupy the same square as
10.
your little radish friend.
Mm-hmm.
But he's right. Ranges are halved out in low gravity conditions outside.
Well, then what would 15 feet turn into? 10? Because do we round up to the next 5 feet?
It's a round down.
Oh, it's a round down, so it's just 5.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the range I can throw it, that's the range of the explosive.
Oh, the explosion, is it? What kind of grenade is it?
It is a frag grenade Mark IV, and in fact, it's not even a real frag grenade Mark IV. It's a magic one that I get to use once per battle with my weapon mod.
Okay. You can only throw it the range of what you can throw it is halved. But the range of the explosion should be the same.
Okay, so that's the same. Let me. Got a radius of 15 feet, so throw it here. God, why, people?
How far can you throw a grenade?
I have thrower arms, which adds an extra 10 feet, so I think that makes
Okay.
it. And I also have an ability that lets me shunt a grenade 10 feet in any direction that I want. With a reaction. So I think if I throw it at... It's hard to show a corner. But I think if I throw it at this corner...
Mm-hmm.
Like, sorry big guy, but
Oh, he can take it.
It'll hit this dude, this dude, this dude, but it'll also hit this dude.
So hit all of these 3 guys, and then Zerenvesh is gonna have to make a saving throw. Also.
Yeah, he's going to have to make a dex
Reflex?
save, or yeah, reflex against an explosion. But I have no idea what the. I have no idea. That didn't give me the DC.
It gives you a saving throw thing, but it doesn't give you the DC for it.
It just says
What
explode.
grenade was it?
It was a frag grenade Mark IV.
Oh, nice.
If it doesn't say that there's any kind of reflex, or if it doesn't say that there's any kind of grenade saving throw for it, then it's just a damage straight up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So go ahead and make your attack roll here. All I got to hit is a 15 to hit a particular square of a deal.
Okay.
And you get a +2 to it anyway, so because they get them. Yep.
All
That's
right,
good
then
enough.
all of them take.
Roll the damage.
They all take 19 explosive
So,
damage or whatever, because it just says explode 66.
uh,
Oh, piercing. I didn't see the P.
and there's only one left on the field,
Yeah, we
that's
see like Cyril just walks into this square, and like from out from under his poncho, he pulls out the. It looks like a double-barreled like sawed-off, but it's connected to 8 barrels, like like a revolver's casing. He runs a finger over the side of the gun as we see all of these like magic runes come into effect, and it just materializes a grenade launcher on the undersling. Points it at that particular spot with a nice, satisfying thump. So we see the grenade just fly out, hit the spot, and in slow motion explodes outwards. And those 3 guys get turned into pink confetti.
Yay!
yeah, they get shredded pretty good. All kinds of like shrapnel everywhere. And Zrenvesh takes a bunch of damage too. But
yeah.
there's still one left
Wow.
on the field, and it's Tixpit's turn.
Takes pit.
Oh, that's me.
I was just saying that
Six-bit
as
voice,
in...
please.
Make it
Yes.
dead, yes.
What am I doing?
Tix Pit is covered
Well,
in sticky
Stop.
rain.
So there's a guy right here where I'm pinging that's still up. All the other bad guys are dead, and it's Tixpit's turn. So he can use a ranged weapon at this point, or he can try to charge in and use a melee weapon. So he can either continue to try to use a centered longsword, or he can use one of his ranged weapons.
Where are his weapons?
It's under attacks.
Oh, that's why. I guess just the longsword. I don't really see.
All right, so move him up there and go ahead and chop at him.
Where's he at?
He's over by the door. He's over here.
Oh my god, I didn't see him. See, I told you this is not gonna work.
It's gonna work. You're fine.
You're fine. Tixpit's a soldier. He's easy.
So I need to move him like closer.
Yeah, he's got to be up. Probably this square is going to be the best, but you could potentially move him here, or well, actually, if he goes, that's probably the best he's going to. Yeah, go ahead and give me that roll.
Yeah, about there.
Oh,
Did we just lose her?
That's what it looks like.
I didn't do it, whatever happened.
my browser crashed.
Oh shit!
Hold on, I'm
One
loading back
moment.
into Roll20.
Technical difficulties.
It's
Words
right
are
here.
hard.
It happens. It happens.
Yay.
God.
Twinkle,
No,
do
it
you
doesn't.
feel like one of the Blues Brothers yet?
Okay. Anyway.
Do
Okay.
you get that reference, Twinkle? Are you too young?
Do I get the blues?
So-
I'm young, not illiterate, not
Oh,
uncultured.
okay.
You uncultured swine.
That's
Hey,
just
hey, hey,
kidding.
hey, 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 hey! I
I'm
don't like
just
to.
kidding.
No. We're not going to uncultured,
Hey.
okay?
I'm
What's
just
up,
kidding.
Codex?
Am I done, or can I attack, or what's going on?
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll your attack roll.
Oh, for
Yeah,
this.
for Tixpit.
Yeah, for
I know I have
Tixpit.
to find his paper
Yeah.
again because it crashed.
Uh-uh.
Add a +2.
Yep.
Okay,
Good point.
so-
Good catch.
Yep.
I worked real hard for that 2 for you guys.
You did good.
Spanks.
You did good, kid.
That is not enough. What is up with his rolls? I don't know. He's getting Shouldn't have stuck.
I blame
Missing on purpose.
I blame the jester.
If
I
I
always-
miss,
That's-
then everyone has to bleed more.
That's
He's
Nurse,
actually a pacifist, and he's throwing all his rolls.
that's Nurse Jerkdazal's turn, and I assume she's going to continue helping build gurneys.
Yes,
Or is she gonna do something?
Nurse Jerkdazal is doing all of the stuff. Like, she's done gurney maintenance before because of her medical background. So she's doing stuff like
Right.
maybe Twinkle wouldn't think of. Like, she's using a small tool to blow out the bearings on the wheels, and like she's like she's getting everything set up in a nice tiny corner for like fast assembly, essentially.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. That brings it to Nick Kivo's turn. The last one left is standing in front of him.
No, Nick Kivo, where did you go? He disappeared. One moment. Oh, Nick Kivo, may you hit with your weapon of awesomeness. Oh no 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 no!
They
no.
will. I believe in them.
Yeah,
That,
that enough?
that's enough to hit, and it brings him down. What does this look like as Nick Kivo takes the last one down?
Solar manifestation. Epic. You never told me, what shape does it actually take?
I don't know. What shape do you want it to take?
Oh, well, if I'm choosing, then it's going to be a morning star.
Awesome.
Nice.
Sweet. Yeah. So this
And
is
now
it.
it's canon because I wrote it down.
Is
What does
it?
a morning
Is
star look like?
a morning star looks like a mace with spikes on the head
Yeah,
of it.
it's a flanged.
Oh.
No, not flanged. Flanged is when they look like star fruits.
Mm.
It's a spiky ball on a stick.
They
Love
said,
it.
"Hey, you know what would
It's the
hurt?"
one that you
That's
see them
actually-
typically make out of like spare parts in the real world.
Mm-hmm.
They said, "Hey, you know what would hurt more than getting hit in the face with a ball on a stick? We put spikes on it."
A spiky ball on a stick. On the same note, sometimes your spiky ball gets stuck.
Oh.
That was a severe problem for some knights on the battlefield.
That's why the Morning Star saw very, very limited use, because it turned out that just crushing someone's chest plate and then watching them scramble to try and get it off, but they couldn't, and then they'd suffocate because they couldn't breathe, that was just a lot easier.
Yeah.
Now, honestly, I prefer a nice warhammer for, if I'm trying to crush my enemy.
Especially if it has a war pick on the back of it, because then you can just puncture a helmet like it's nothing.
No, I agree. Definitely.
So
Mhm.
maybe we get this. So maybe we get this scene as those of you who are still left on the battlefield with whatever blood, bruises, or burn marks you've got. Look around and see the corpses of all of the of all of these people who attacked you. But what you don't see is the skiff. At least not at any range where you're going to be able to do anything. It's floating away. It started floating away some time ago, and
All right.
there's the silhouette of the Kasathan that's standing on the edge of it still seems to be looking back at you as it flies away.
Damn it, that's your
All right.
damn it.
So I immediately get on comms and I'm like, triple time, pick up the OSs, and let's get the fuck back to the ships. Shit is going down there as well. We haven't had a mayday from anybody, but let's assume that it went just as bad there as it was here. Get to the car
Alright.
now.
All right, so you guys are kind of picking up, and does anybody have any words to say about how this shit went down? Because all of you saw Shaba just throw fireballs right into the midst of everybody, and it was
Yeah. Merch
sure
has
maybe
some
you didn't
words.
see, but there's only one other person in the group that throws explosive blasts around besides you.
Merch has some words, and those words are, Mishaba, I would prefer if you did not horribly injure everyone around me, because it makes my job worse, and also, you burned my lab coat. No, compose yourself. You burned my lab coat, and you owe me a new one.
For what it is worth, Doctor, and he points to like the three messy spots where the baddies had been. He's like, I was aiming for the right spot.
No, that wasn't you. That was Shaba.
Oh yeah, but he
Right.
also heard Zrenvesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, "No, you were acceptable casualties. I know that Shaba could have found different ways to use her abilities." And
Okay. Did we
he's
kill
gonna-
everybody? What's going on?
Yeah, you
You're
you
supposed
finished
to
making
already
the
be
gurney.
in the car at this point and ready to
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, we're
you've
making our
finished
way.
making the gurneys and whatnot, so you guys are getting
Okay.
your shit together. So
We're making
Yeah,
our way
yeah.
downtown.
Merch is
I've
doing
been
one
told what to
thing,
do.
and that is he is like injecting these OSs with basically anything that's like, all right, we're gonna make sure that they're like properly immunized for like basic space and also well preserved. So even if
Right.
they like die,
Right.
they'll
Right.
If
still
you can
like,
add
not
just a
rapidly
little
degrade.
bit of boost to that, we might actually get them to walk themselves.
Yeah,
Well,
I
they're conscious, but coming out of cryostasis, they're still too weak to walk on their
it's
own.
a very
Nope, it's
delicate
okay.
situation. He's
Yeah.
actually not going to use stimulation or stimulants, even though he can. He's just going to hit them with antibiotics and any kind of like routine vaccine of people who are around spacers, like people who
Right,
have
right.
just weird space diseases and have space immune systems. You know.
All right. Yeah.
For a
So
second, sorry.
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I just thought we were gonna have a weekend at Bernie's moment. Whoa. Okay, go ahead.
Oh Lord. Yeah. So you managed to get you managed to get the Rex Tolak and Didenlosif loaded up
In the cop car.
in the cop car. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, and you're kind of you make your way back, and of course, everything about this trip to Octurne has just been so tiring. It's probably the higher than average gravity, but God,
How
um, uh,
how long? Excuse me.
it's how long? What?
How long does it take to get back?
It doesn't take. It takes the same amount of time for you as it took for you to get here. Maybe
I
slightly
realize,
faster
but was
if
that
you were trying.
10 minutes?
You can't be driving and taking a 10-minute rest at the same time.
Right. So that means that I can't and Twinkle can't, but that means everyone else should be able to. That's why I'm asking.
Well, Ashira's driving her own motorcycle. Last I knew.
Oh, damn it. That's right.
I am
Well,
perfectly
then it
healthy.
doesn't
I can
matter.
drive
But
something.
anyone else?
Yeah. Oh.
Xander's healthy. He can drive something too.
Well, Vesa,
Like-
weren't you riding on Ashira's motorcycle with her? Was that?
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe I should drive. I'm gonna
Probably.
drive that. Yeah, I'm gonna hop on and be like, "Let's go, bitch. Let's go."
Merch is going to apply he's going to apply one more syringe to Ashira. So
Mhm.
just in case something happens along the road, give yourself another 18 HP.
All right. So,
Yay.
I'm
You're
an
starting to
excellent
feel
driver.
better.
This is fine.
yeah, I mean, you don't have to do anything crazy here. So I'm not gonna say you don't need piloting checks or anything. But
When do we
you-
start getting a steady stream from the radio? How close are we?
well, by the time you don't really get a steady stream from the radio, it seems like everybody stopped broadcasting for the most part. Like occasionally you'll hear something. You do hear like fucking like them communicating about damage reports and stuff and whatnot.
Okay.
Uh,
Well,
we-
as soon as we start heading back, I definitely send a message to everyone
Mhm.
that we are heading back. Whether
right.
they get it or not, I realize. But yeah, so when we get there, what do we see?
When you get there, you see that there are some scorch marks where your sentry guns used to be.
Mhm.
There are also like some equipment that you didn't bring that you're pretty sure is like vehicles and stuff that they brought that look like there's like maybe a couple of them, but they're just mostly slagged.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't want to actually take any of the vehicles, but we can definitely
Well,
strip a car in under 6 minutes.
Well, I'm putting in narrative design here, so you know what you're
Nope,
looking
nope.
at.
It's
um,
beautiful.
you kind of like there's a few blast marks along the cargo ramps for both the Fire Shrike and the Blue Ember. You can tell where as you pull up, it's obvious there's been a fight here, but you're
Any
not
bodies?
sure. There are a few bodies here and there. It looks like they're none of your own at this point.
Good,
Uh,
good.
but
So,
you'll have to get on the board your ships to find out more information at this point.
all right. So anyone that is actually injured, like who all is bleeding still? Because we've had time to take fucking health packs ourselves. So anyone that's bleeding should not bleed anymore.
But I hate it.
But you
Okay.
well,
And
it's
then we're
not
going to
long
be
enough.
careful. So we'll start with me trying to call Qualu.
Yeah, you get a report like Qualu picks up. She's like, Commodore, is that you?
Yes,
We
report.
haven't. There was. It says the security
We're
breach.
outside.
Says
Are you in control of the ship?
we are in control of the ship, but we are taking an assessment of the damage that was done. There were a lot of them, and there was
Okay.
there were a lot of them, but I'm not certain how they were able to get past our initial security measures without the setting them off. It is
Right.
I
We
will
will
be
deal
launching
with that shortly. At the moment, prepare for 2 in the med bay. We have both OSs with us.
He's like understood, and he's like Awali, Glycil, the is the med bay ready for patients? And
Damn it,
Awali
I'm a
is
doctor, not a miracle worker.
well, you actually get Glycil comes back and it's like, we already have injured down here. Some of the unfulfilled been injured. There are minor injuries here, I believe. He's like, I'll give you a full report as soon as I'm able.
There's no time to dally on these. Take them directly to the lab. Nurse Jerktazal and I will work tirelessly. Any other medical staff that is not preoccupied currently, please report to the science lab.
The science lab is in bad shape. Qualu doesn't want anyone in there right now.
That's.
Yeah, Qualu is like, there is potential dangerous hazards in the. There was a breach in the science lab.
Did they
And
get any of the research?
At the mention of there being a breach, Serold is just like slowly raising the gun.
He's like, he says, we are not certain yet. We are going to. There is an investigation in process. We just got rid of them only a moments ago.
I need to go and see the medical lab firsthand. I promise you, me and the nurse can handle ourselves. Take the OSs to. Takes them to a crew quarter of some kind. Nurse, if you could actually take care of one of those and sterilize it, I would be much appreciated.
I think basically you get back. Qualu's like, I will send Rek. He says, I will send Rek and Ashni to meet you at the science lab. In case there are any dangers, I would prefer to be there myself. Perhaps one of Shaba's people can have a once over on the room, see that they did not leave any traps or surprises for us.
Cyril, that sounds like that's right up your alley.
Indeed. I'll make sure that everything is settled beforehand. Qualu, was whatever caused the breach put back in its box, so to say?
We're not certain how the breach even occurred. We believe that the security system may have been compromised in some way, but I would prefer to have that discussion with the Commodore Shah and Shaba personally.
If that is the case, please be armed, everyone. We do not need further casualties.
Yeah, so we get everybody back on board. We get all the equipment put back up, and
all right.
Has the evaluation for integrity of the hull been already done?
Well, the hull looks fine. Some of the bulkheads have blast marks on them. It's clear that there was a pretty big fight in a lot of different that was all over the ship. There are scorch marks that as you're walking by, you pretty much see Rulia kicking the corpses of a couple of them, making sure they're dead. And she's like, "Sorry, Commodore, couldn't be helped. Only way to hold the hull. But you know how it is.
Yes.
Live for today or die
Don't
in
forget to
yesterday."
rustle through their shirts for loose coins,
She's like,
and then get these
"I-"
bodies out of here.
and she just kind of shrugs. She's like, as she gets back to work, what have you.
Uh,
You can tell, going by some of the crew quarters, you can also tell that like they went through some of the crew quarters.
Mhm.
There are some that were clearly you hadn't assigned to anybody that they looked like they'd been ransacked a little bit, but of course, since nobody had personal effects there, it was just like drawers opened and thrown on the floor and shit like that. But going by quarters that anybody else had that actually had stuff in them, including like Ashira, when you see your quarters, they've gone through yours. Your room has been trashed. Xander, your room has been trashed. Um,
Did they
in
take all the
particular,
computers?
they it looks like there's a possibility they accessed them. They didn't take they didn't
Really?
take any of the hardware, but
Hmm.
they ransacked through a lot of stuff.
All right. So
Um,
let's start
most
with
of
that.
your
Can we do a
Ashira and
back?
Shaba
Can we
and
do a back
Xander.
trace
Can
to
we
see
let
where they went?
can we just let Jesta finish before we start talking over people, please?
So everybody's rooms, pretty much everybody's rooms, have been ransacked. It's just that Ashira and Xander are probably the first ones to notice it. I figure Ashira probably walks by it on the way to the mid bay, and Xander not being hurt, you're probably one of the first people to see your room. You're the first people to notice my room's been fucking gone through. In Commodore, you see generalized quarters have been gone through.
Mhm.
So, all right, now what is everybody doing?
Everybody
I
that's
am
good at
pissed.
computers needs to start going through to see if we've been hacked, and if we have been hacked, to get rid of all the Trojans and such.
Um,
Well,
so let me start getting some computer checks. Unless you're just going to take 20 on this and take a longer time to make sure you do it
That's
right.
true.
Let's just
So-
take 20. There's
Yeah,
no
it's
reason
the
not to.
smart thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
Can we
so
just backtrace what they did? I want to see what they accessed, what they looked at, and stuff like that. When you go on there, you should be able to look up where their
Xan-
footprints were.
well, that's the thing. If they're any good, which they probably would have had to have been, it's going to take some time to ferret out everything what they were doing and where they were at. But I need a physical perception check from you specifically.
Nice.
Nice. Your research on the dimensional sifter, like you had like you have a lot of it on your computer files and whatnot, but you also had like the physical, but you also had some physical works like some notebook journals where you were making notes while you were doing stuff and whatnot. Those have been flipped through. Like in fact it's like the your journal is like 2 pages from where you left it off at, and you've used your technology to scan pages out of books before. In fact, recently, it doesn't take much to figure out that they went through whoever they were. They went through your research on the dimensional sifter. That's easily identifiable just by physical clues in your room. You're not sure if that was the only thing they went through, but it's very obvious they went through that specifically.
And
They
I'm
may have
guessing that's why they were here. Crud.
Right, which puts our Vesk in question because.
Do you, well, I mean, first of all, do you report this immediately? Do you ruminate
That's
on it?
true.
How do you
Do
handle
I know?
this? Because I don't want to be like assuming everybody knows before you have a chance to be like whether decide who you're going to tell and what you're going to say.
What would I do?
Yeah,
Well, I
just
would get
contact
as
Bob.
much information I have. Be like, well, he is the captain, so might as well let him know.
So are you going to private channel the captain or the commodore, or are you going to go find him yourself?
I have a feeling he's probably dealing with a lot of stuff. I'll just shoot a private message like, hey, whoever was in here, they were going through the cipher stuff that I was trying to figure out how that works and get through that. And that's something they did in my room, just so you have the information. All right, send.
Mm. Smiley face emoticon.
And you actually, and Merch, you were going to the science lab to check out what's going on there.
Yes, and note, I sent Jerkdazol to my room to sterilize it and make sure that it's ready to take the OSs because we don't have a safe place to work on them.
All right. The you get to the science lab, and
Mhm.
did you Twinkle? Did you go with, or did Ashira go with, or
I
did?
would probably ask Twinkle to go with me because he's my like lab assistant. I've
Okay.
taken an interest in him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could also ask any of the NPCs who have skills too, but I wanted to give you the option of who you wanted to take with you.
Definitely
Yeah.
want to bring Twinkle. He rounds out my skills quite nicely.
So Twinkle, like you and Merch managed to meet up with Qualu and Oshni at the science lab. And this is where Qualu is explaining. He says, there was a bit of an incident here. It was only because Awali and Tofik and Squibble were handy that we were able to even know that there was anything going on here. And we get like this flashback scene, like maybe we caught a bit of it last week, but now we get it with more context and with like audio of Glycil, like in the science lab. Maybe we're seeing this as like a ghost image through like as Qualu is explaining it, but you see Glycil on the computer is desperately tapping in, desperately tapping in, and we hear like lots of explosions outside, and we hear explosions and we hear like a lot of noises from the other side of the bulkheads, and we hear and a Wally comes running into the room uh, with Tofik standing at the door, like outside the doorway. We can see him, firing from firing at somebody, and Squibbles by the door as well. And there's this conversation where Glycil says, where Wally is like, we need to get out of here. This they're going to overrun this place. They're coming through the bulkheads. You're not going to be able to. We cannot hold this place. We need to move to a safer location. And Glycil undeterred, like I've got to get this stuff locked down. There's no telling what kind of damage they do with the research we have in here. So, like, you even understand the advances in clone, the clues that there are to the cloning and replication alone, let alone the personal files of everybody, medical files and scientific analysis of all the creatures we've run across and the people in it. While he's like, and Awala is like, it won't matter if we're dead. We can't even tell them what happened here if we don't make it out of here. And she grabs him by the back of his coat and starts hauling him out as he's like, "No, I gotta protect the data. There's no time." And she's like, "You're right. There is no time. There is no time. We've got to get out of here. We cannot hold this room." And this is sort of like where we come back into normal sort of reality. Basically, Qualu finishing up with, if it were that it was admirable of Glycil to try to do what he did to cover everything he could, but he's not certain how much is able to get locked down, and under the circumstances, Awali was correct. And you see like this giant hole in the fucking bulkheads where they cut a hole in the wall to get in. And he's like, could have been the end of Glycil. He's a
I
bit
do-
stubborn.
I do not care. Or I do not care who was correct. I care how much data was saved. Spare me your moralistics and just tell me the direct incident.
Says, I will be dealing with the investigation with with the Commodore. You are free to take a look around. Uh, if you find out what data has been missing and stolen, I would imagine reporting it to the Commodore. I would report it to the Commodore immediately. And he looks over at you, Twinkle, and he's like, I need someone to check this room for surveillance devices, traps, any surprises before the doctor starts getting into the computers. I'm going to leave Oshni here as a guard just in case anything is needed. I need to go find the Commodore.
Is that something I can take 20 on?
Yes, you can
Okay.
certainly take 20 on it.
We'll do that.
That's
I
a
would
good
like-
idea.
I would like to request that the room in which the outbreak occurred be cordoned off and I'm allowed to investigate it. This might have something to do with my ongoing investigation.
And he says,
Right.
he says, are you there too then, Cyril? Are you're physically present? And he's like,
Yeah, he was declaring he was going
yeah,
to.
he's like, you are going. He says, whatever your investigation is, you're going to have to get with the captain for permissions such as that. We don't even know at this point what exactly we're still what exactly happened. We're still investigating. I need to speak with Shaba, and I need to speak with the captain. Do you know where Commodore was headed?
I'm on the bridge because that's where
I
the
believe that
captain
he was
goes.
moving to the bridge.
He's like, you are yeah. He's like, you are free to walk with me if you so choose. I will not. He says, unless you believe there is something here that you might accomplish.
I am an investigator. Investigations are my specialty.
Right. So are you gonna stay at
Paranormal.
science lab and investigate, or are you gonna go to the bridge?
He'll
Or are
stay
you gonna
and
do something
investigate.
entirely- Okay. All right. Let's get to you, Commodore, real quick. You've managed to make it to the bridge by this point. They got as far as the bridge, and you've got Nurx is on the bridge, and she does not seem happy. She looks like she's kind of taking a little bit of a fight, but she did. But you know when Nurx has had a fight where she's got her ass kicked, and when she's just had a fight where it was just a fight, and she's probably going to be okay. He's in mechanical
Alright.
terms, she probably didn't make it out of stamina, but or if she did, it was just barely. But she's fired up and pissed off. She's like,
So
hey,
before we do anything, everyone take 10 minutes and regain stamina.
Yar.
Okay.
well,
Now, after
You're
we've all
saying
done
like I've
that,
been hit.
Nurx,
she's
can
like,
we fly away now?
we can leave as soon as you're ready. I'm still waiting for a report from the engine room, but I'm assuming that everything. I don't know that they got that far. As soon as the
Alright.
engines are ready, I'm ready to get the fuck off this planet. She's like,
Let's check it out.
fucking
Kolnak, report. Can we leave now?
yeah. Kolnak is like, it'll take us about a half an hour to get the arcane matrices realigned, and they did a bit of a number in here as well. Not as much as I would have if I'd have been here
Not
trying to.
Scramjack.
He's like,
Who's my other engineer? My tiny one.
Whistle Fizz.
Whistle Fizz, report. When can you take off?
Well, I'm looking at the engines. I'm looking at the engines of the blue, Fire Shrike right now. damage over here was a little bit more than it is on the Blue Ember. Probably going to take about an hour to get these back up and running. Got a couple of, well, there are more than a few. Uh, let's just say we've got to realign the entire power core over here on the Fire Shrike.
Okay.
So he's like, they they were trying to do something. They were trying to said they were all over the place, Captain. But we'll do our best to keep the damage controls working. To I've got Vector on it over
Okay.
here, Colnack
I was
on
gonna
it
say,
over there.
because Shaba is a robot at the moment. Shaba, why don't you go help with your own engines? That'll cut it down to half an hour, which means Kolnak and you should be done at about the same time.
Captain, we could use anybody with engineering help you could spare, within
Well,
reason.
no, and I realize that some of them are already doing stuff, but anyone else, definitely.
All right.
All right. So
And
yeah, I want to be gone in 15 minutes at the latest.
yeah, and
Also, whoever's on sensors, keep doing sensors because if someone shows back up, I want to know it. And then, yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'll have a bunch of people do after we're off the ship, like check all the incoming and outgoing messages, make sure they've been decrypted, see who was being a bastard and selling us out. Because that sounds fun.
Yeah.
What else? Who all was injured?
yeah,
Was anyone
you
injured badly enough that it was
Glycil.
like super bad?
Yeah, Glycil, you're calling down to the med lab then.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, I think Glycil answers back. And he's like, there are a couple of there are a couple of these guys that are going to from your there are a couple of the Kasathans are going to need some surgery. Kalith and Harak they were injured in the initial attack. Harak's got a broken arm. Kalith Kalith's probably going to be out for a while. I have him sedated at the moment. He's like,
Roger that. I'm gonna send Zenfaresh down there so he can help with the mysticism side of things and get a couple more of these guys back up and at them so we can get the hell out of here.
yeah, he's like Scrimjet's also on the injured list. He's got a pretty nasty gash in his leg. He's like,
Well, we can fix that.
he's like, and uh, yeah, and like
All
there's
right,
a
you're doing a great job. I appreciate you. Over and out. All
yeah.
right, so that takes care of that. All right, now let's check with. Wait, she's a priestess, right?
What, Isaki?
Yeah.
She's never declared herself as such, but you did see her use magic on
Mm.
the battlefield.
Right. Do you do healing?
She's like, I don't know. Can she do healing? That's a good question. I don't know if I actually took curative spells for her.
Well, and that's why I'm asking. I mean, I know she is well, I don't know. And I haven't, like you said, until somebody tells me, I don't know.
Actually, Isaki isn't physically with you. In fact, that's something I need to take care of. Isaki actually probably shows up at your quarters, Xander. And um, she's like, she's like, please tell me that they didn't go through this place too.
Unfortunately, yes, they did.
What have you learned and what could they have possibly learned from you?
From my venture of guessing, they've taken pictures of my notes of information I've already found in the last couple of days with the different libraries. My personal notebook has been rifled through, and it looks like the same process of pictures that I did of different text in the library. That's my assumption.
Then we are running out of time. We must leave soon.
I'm not sure if they know the language yet to be able to decipher it, but yeah, they have about the same path that we are, maybe.
She's like, she's like, she's like, see if you can't gain any more information out of what you have as fast. We need to get ahead of them. If they get there first, and she just kind of leaves that in the hanging in the air. Um, and give me a sense motive.
Roll a natural 20, please. That
And
doesn't
do
look
you
like
have
a screen number.
and do you have you should have skill expertise with your sense motive. What's that extra die for you?
If it's the same as me, it'll be a 1d6.
Should be. You guys are the same level. So roll an your extra dice on that. It's pretty good. She seems to be pretty genuinely worried about this. Like she seems to like she's trying to express that this is a bad situation and that you should be concerned about it, but she seems even more worried about it than she's trying to let you. She seems like something tells you she's more worried about it than she's letting on. Like even through the whole you should be worried about this is there's something under there that seems um, a bit deeper concern, more personally concerned. Uh, and um, she's like, I will be back to see what you may have found. Any information as to what they may have gleaned would potentially put us in the in step. And she says, I must check my quarters and see what it looks like. And she goes and she kind of leaves. Like she's kind of does that. She does that thing where she popped in and asked for information. She was like it looked like she was kind of worried and kind of went uh, and kind of left. Um, and I wanna and can I get a bluff check from Nurse Jerkdazal? Because let's see.
Bluff check?
Yes.
Hmm,
And
what is she bluffing?
this is just because I want to see something because she's working on something. Let's see.
That's hot.
So,
You're like, I don't even know why I'm bluffing. 30, is that okay?
Yeah, right.
Casual
let's
bluff.
find out. Okay.
Lysil doesn't know shit about
Let's get-
whatever the fuck this shit is.
Nope. he doesn't. Yeah.
Can I, as a player, know what I was bluffing for?
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Terrifying sentences from
I was gonna
DM.
say, considering what just
No.
happened, now I'm suspicious.
No. Uh,
You
Can I
shouldn't
know?
be, because you weren't there.
there's a
No, duh.
Vesa, what are you doing in all of this? Like everybody else is running around investigating things and doing various thises and that's and what is Vesa doing here? Like Ashiro, you probably have been taken to the medical lab, or maybe you went there yourself. I don't know. That's up to you. You're
Yeah,
conscious
knock
enough.
me
You
the
could.
fuck out. I need to rest this shit away.
She's just like going to the medical lab, like
Can I have given Ashira a sedative as we gotten on the ship to be like, this will take the pain away?
I'm gonna lay down
I-
in there in case, I die.
Because I can't make those on the fly, so
Well, you can't. That's true. You can do that. You can also create analgesics, which will ease the pain, the actual physical pain.
oh no, Ashira wants to be asleep right now. I can tell.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
a good doctor. I can tell when people should be in a different state of mind.
Like I need to go to bed. Yeah, you can probably give her some sort of sedative that you're.
Vapotenthanol. This is going to put you to sleep very nicely. Your tummy may hurt a little bit later. Just take some sort of antacid and you'll be fine.
Ashira, if since you're going to the medical lab too, let me get a sense motive from you. And Vesa, are you going with Ashira? Are you going back to your room? Are you going to go try to make yourself useful somewhere? What are you up to?
I feel like I want to walk Ashira to the med lab, and then when she's settled, I want to just go to my fucking room.
Okay. All right.
And I'm gonna go in my fucking room. And is it also rifled through?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's been
Okay.
rifled. Shit
So I'm
everywhere.
just gonna look around in this fucking mess and be like, are you fucking kidding me? This fucking planet. And I'm gonna just push all the shit off the bed and throw myself down face down and just fucking lay there and think about why the fuck I'm even here. Like, just what was I fucking thinking? This is fucking ridiculous. Like, I don't think I have anything of value in my room because I don't give a fuck about the
No.
shit. Like, it's whatever.
What ship is based on?
Remember too. You and
Basis
Xander
on
got
the Ember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you and Xander got sucked across the universe with nothing but what you had on you in the moment.
Right. So, like,
So
I'm just like,
whatever
I don't
luggage,
even.
whatever luggage you had is still in the Vescarium at the moment.
So
Yeah, I
basically,
just.
you probably hear going by your door like the sound of automatic buffing and please remain calm and breathe slowly as like smooth playing in the background while you're laying there.
And I'm
Yeah.
gonna roll over on my back and be like, oh my fucking god.
Oh
This
yeah.
fucking bullshit. Like, and I wanna ring the captain.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hi,
Yeah. You get
quick
that.
question. Yeah. Hi, when can we fucking leave?
Has it been 5 minutes? Are we ready?
It hasn't been enough time yet, but I mean, it can be here in a minute, but
Well,
it does. It takes
is
more
this
than
one of
5
those things where, like, what are we supposed to do next?
Right. So it
We're
takes more
supposed to
than.
go to the Viscarium?
Yeah, you got to
Can we
track
pick up
down
the
that missing
bags?
diplomat.
Right, for the Adari, so we can finish getting paid and all of that stuff. That's cool.
Mm.
Before we leave, I need to go back to Broken Rock.
Are you telling me this?
I'm telling everyone this, actually.
Oh.
I'm like,
You
oh,
can hang up your phone
now
This is
that you're
important to
on
me. Why?
comms, I'm going to go
Just
ahead and
kidding.
open it up to everybody else and be like, yeah, we are leaving very soon, and we're stopping by Broken Rock because before we leave the core, we need to pick up some supplies that I didn't think about till now.
And Broken Rock is still on this planet, right?
Nope.
No, Broken Rock is a very secret, like, you're not supposed to go there unless you have the, like, special password
It's a
and the
pirate
72-step handshake.
Vesa,
Oh.
why don't you give me a culture roll to see what you know about Broken Rock?
Oh, I hope I know a lot, because that sounds exciting.
19's good enough to
Yeah.
know at least the basics. So they're in the Diaspora, which is a group of it's a ring of asteroids that used to be a planet that was blown up by
2
Eox.
planets.
Well, it used to be two planets. Thank you. Um, and there's a lot of space piracy that goes on there. There's a lot of mining. There's a lot of space piracy. And the most influential group is called the Free Captains. Basically, if you're not under the Free Captains banner and you're a space pirate, what the fuck are you doing? That on one of these asteroids, it is rumored that there is a place called Broken Rock that is an asteroid where they have built an entire city complete with defenses for these free captains, and that these free captain pirates just sort of come and go and have their own sort of system of ruling themselves with their own agenda and their own rules. Nobody knows where Broken Rock is except for the free captains, and nobody tells anybody upon pain of horrible death and torture because the free captains really don't want the law
So,
enforcement to know where their place is.
in case you didn't know, besides being a terrorist, Captain's Eye is also a well-known free captain. Well, an infamous free captain.
Infamy.
Actually, at this point, you would probably recall that. Wait a minute, and he is a fucking free captain. So he would know where Broken Rock is. So Broken Rock is a lot like Tortuga in space.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
so okay, go
There's a
ahead.
brothel.
Sorry.
yeah, so it's a fucking it's an asteroid base full of space pirates.
So if you need some black market stuff, this is the place to find it. And also, it's the only safe place and for at this point for us to be. So
Okay.
yeah.
So after hearing that news, like there's this I start to smile and I'm like, "Oh shit, that's why I'm on this fucking ship."
Right.
And it
Vase's
just
I
kind of
mean,
reaction.
if you look around, this crew is made up of, well, not the top 10 most wanted, but the top 5.
Well, there's a
yeah.
lot
And
of
that's because
wanted
2 of them are
people
dead
here. Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Well,
There-
I'm excited now. Like that made my day. This was a real shit day, and that made my fucking day.
You're cute.
when
Thanks.
there's I'm just waiting
Uh,
for the
where is
realization that
she?
Basic connects those two things and realizes that that means that the life of a free captain really does look like what just happened today.
Yeah.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
where's the girl?
Fine.
Melanie,
No. Yeah, well, I'll get to Melanie, but I was actually talking about the one that Merch owes a ship to.
Rulia.
Yeah,
She's in the
Rulia.
hallway cleaning shit out. She's in the hallway cleaning
Yeah,
shit out.
Rulia is the only person to ever make it to Broken Rock. Well, no, not the only, but she wasn't supposed to go to Broken Rock, so that's why she's here. Actually,
Yep. Yeah.
her
Yeah, I
backstory is
basically
Merch fucked her over.
Yeah, I basically like made her go into a life of space piracy because I wanted to find the captain.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
He hired her to take her to coordinates that he didn't specify what was there. The shit there, they wind up in the free captain's like at Broken Rock, and they're like, "You're not supposed to be here. We're taking your ship." And
Yeah,
then while they were on Broken Rock,
For
while
a
they were on
short
Broken
time,
Rock,
she was
yeah,
Tom Hanks's character in the airport movie.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. She,
yeah.
Oh.
yeah,
you
basically
Yeah, the
Merch
sweet.
was
terminal.
yeah, Merch basically went there and he wasn't supposed to be there either, but he basically went, I make very good drugs and know Captain Zai by name, but not by person. Let me stay. And they were like, I guess. You make good
They
drugs.
Yeah,
Oh.
they basically were like, "You two are going nowhere until we figure out what to do with you." And Captain Zai happened to be there, and Merch met him and was like, "I want to ride with you." And eventually, Rulia was like, "That little plant fucker owes me a ship. I'm gonna ride with you too until he pays me his ship back."
It's not going to happen, by the way. Just letting everyone know.
Technically, if we
You
take a
s-
ship and she really wanted to go, we could probably get away with that.
Mm.
But I don't necessarily want to lose her immediately because that means he's got to come up with someone else. And I don't necessarily want to make him do that. I like her. But so as soon as we can, we're taking off and we fucking go into the sky and head towards Broken Rock.
And Ashira, apparently you're in too much pain to really pay much attention to Nurse Jerkasol, other than when she gives you like painkillers and shit.
Keep them coming. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. No, I can take it. Come on.
Yeah,
400 milligrams? Make it 8. I need a
Oh,
double. That is a
she does-
double.
she works for Merch. She doesn't have the ethics to tell you that you can't exceed the recommended dosage. She just continues to hand them to you.
She's
Yeah,
far
no.
too epic for that.
Yeah, no, Nurse Jerkdazol's modus operandi is basically whatever you say.
She's a great nurse.
Do her voice and be like,
Give me
"Oh,
like
do you want
48
another?"
hours in the med bay. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
I want to go check on my friend too because I bet she's ODing as we fucking speak.
Yeah. You- um, all right. You managed to get back there to check on her, and she is taking lots of pain pills.
Drool.
Right.
The medicine
At this
cabinet
point, Nurse
is
Jerks is always
open.
like, "I must warn you, you're almost at toxicity."
Yeah.
All right, stop.
No,
Go
yeah.
away.
She basically is like, I have to inform you, because of the severity of the current situation on the ship, the doctor has decided to open up his medicine cabinet. Anyone who requires pain medication and or analgesics or anything that can stop bleeding, please report to Merch's room. He will give you what you need. Like,
I'm gonna head over to
Oh.
Merch's room.
yeah.
I think you just came up with your own slogan for a pharmacy.
Right?
He will
It's a
give
very
you what
bad
you need.
pharmacy.
So
We'll
can
give
I
you
like
what
can I poke around in the medicine cabinet? Can I just
Come
poke
on
around
out
in
to
it?
Sketchy's pharmacy.
Yeah, you find a cornucopia of like medical grade like drugs. There's no like the worst that you'll find narcotics wise is you'll probably
Well,
find like sedatives. But
so I I do want to ask a question though, because I can't remember. Did you settle on you were taking over the medical lab or the science lab?
me?
The Yeah,
Yeah.
did you settle on you whether you were taking over medical department or science department?
Science department.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
So
I'm
if
acting
you're
in direct like contrast
Yeah.
to Glycil. Like
Yeah.
legitimately, like
Oh
Merch
yeah.
doesn't care. He's fine with pulling the power play because that gets him
Yeah.
clout on the ship.
Well, and fucking Glycil, you go to rummage around in the medicine cabinet, and Glycil is like, "Keep your hands out of those. We need to make sure that we're rationed on them, and only the people who need them need to get into them." And he's like trying to shoo you away here.
Right, right.
You,
But listen, I've been through like a lot of mental stuff today, and I'm just kind of looking for something to just take the edge off.
and
Um,
and
I
I'm
just need
sure
like a
I'm sure that's a great. I'm sure that's a thing, a noble cause and everything. But nerds will give you booze if they're looking for something like that.
no,
It's
I'm
like,
not I'm not really a big drinker. I mean, I am, but not today.
Thaisa,
Yeah.
you do realize that this is a ship full of, people that smoke hyperleaf.
This
I
is
don't
a
know what
It's the
ship.
same thing
hyperleaf
as
is, but I need to go find
it's
that.
it's the same thing as halfling's leaf, but it gives you a better buzz. It's more of, an upper kind of thing. But
Okay, well then
it's
I'm
still,
gonna fucking who's the best
and
one to find?
well,
What, to just
technically
like
it's
get drugs? Because
Let's get
Merch is
fucked up.
literally a drug dealer that has been hired
yeah,
by
yeah,
the ship. So
I'm
yeah,
that
no,
is.
go.
I'm
And he has opened his
but
like
yeah,
medicine
we're one
cabinet to the general
hydroponic
yeah.
public.
slab away from being, awesome.
Now, if
You
you go,
may need somebody to do that.
now
I
if
can
you
do
go to
that.
Merch's room where he's operating out of, he has a medical cabinet there that he's opened up. That's for
Okay,
sure.
I will
Mhm.
then travel when I hear like the whole like the doctor
Yeah,
has opened up his medical cabinet. Blah, blah. So I'm gonna like be like, I'll be back.
yeah.
Ashira, you
Also,
alright? Like you good?
Rec is always holding. He just doesn't partake.
Huh.
Love it.
Good.
Love to know that.
No,
So I
I'm
wanna
making it up.
go visit Merch.
yeah, yeah.
Do it.
I
So,
need I need some shit.
I need some shit.
and you
Do
are,
you
by
have
the
any?
way,
Hmm?
and you are, by the way, able to take off at this point. Like it's been enough time that it's been like a half an hour or so. So ships are ready to take off. So the crew who are actually essential in their positions
Yeah,
to actually
everybody
fly the
go
ship
back
will
to
have
the
to.
actual ships that they're
But
supposed to be on.
but
Melanie, you've come out of the engine core by now, and you're okay.
well, she's not in the engine core. She was hiding. She was hiding down like in the vent. She was hiding down in the vents in the engine room, and which was
I,
probably a dangerous place to hide considering they were trying to sabotage the engines. But
eh,
Kolnak eventually was like, "You get, lass, you need to get out of there. We're about to take off. It'll be venting toxic fumes up there. We won't be able to get that shut off. Just come on down. No, it's safe. They're gone. You probably want to go see the captain. I'm sure he's worried about you.
yeah.
Get out of here and let me do my work. And stay out of that. No, put that down. It's not for you. You're not old enough." Like, he's-
Ah,
he- I've got some standards. Mm,
yeah, it's a magazine called She Dwarves with No Beards.
Bam.
she,
Uh,
no, it's actually one of his flasks of booze. It's
uh,
like,
Melanie,
yeah,
everything's okay. Qualu took care of everything before I even got back.
yeah. You get
Congratulations on staying hid. Good job.
all right. And Vesa, you managed to make it to Merch's room. You feel the ship taking off. You're like
Yeah.
you don't have an assigned
Fucking
station at the moment, so you're like
Ah,
You know,
Just wandering.
All right.
eh,
So
unless they call you to like work a station at this point. I don't know. Who do you have running the science station since Ashira is down at the moment and Glycel's busy attending to patients?
so I guess Shaba would be running. Oh wait, no,
Oh,
on the
Shaba's
Blue
captain
Ember.
on the
I
Ember,
realized
yeah.
that. Uh,
Because Nurx
oh.
needs to fly the ship. You still got Twinkle. You don't know
Twinkle
what skills
was
Vesa
busy,
or
right?
Xander have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Xander is. Where are you, Xander? Xander's gone.
Well, what were you saying? Would Twinkle be done at this point?
It's been over
Twinkle,
half an hour.
it's been a half an hour and you haven't found any traps. You found a couple of surveillance devices, but they were easily taken care of. In fact, you you're pretty sure that that you're pretty sure that you're not the only member of the crew that could have found these. Um, they're they're as far as going through the computer files to see what was stolen and what have you. You're not completely done with that yet. You're still back tracing some of like it looks like they forged a lot of like false paths and stuff. They got into a lot of different stuff, so it's hard to tell what they were interested in, and what they were just like making red herrings. Um,
In this
so,
world,
but
you can have it done three ways. You can have it done fast, you can have it done well, or you can have it done cheaply. I have a feeling this was not cheap, whoever did this.
That is my actual motto for work. You get to pick two.
so are you gonna go up and work the science station at this point, or are you gonna scanning and whatnot, or are you gonna continue your investigation down here?
It's not done yet. We'll keep following until it's done.
Serold, what are you're using? You're trying to investigate the room too.
Hang on. I have some on.
You got
Yeah,
someone?
the room with the break-in.
The science lab. Okay.
Mhm.
Give me whatever your investigation check is here. What do you use for investigation? Mysticism.
Mysticism.
Okay. So give me your check here.
Not
That's
bad.
pretty good. So it's kind of not terribly definable, but there are energies here that remind you of various different things. There is a very different balance in the energies, almost like from another dimension, kind of like energies. Like you're aware of like sort of the psychic
Liam.
frequency of the various like dimensions that you travel through. There is a disruption in this dimensional's energy that reflects on the presence of dimensional energy from somewhere else. That could have come from a person. It could have come from a spell. It could have come from a person wearing some sort of magical or hybrid items on it. But there is a resonance here, and it's very distinctive um, because there's a lot of like textures weaved into it. Like you feel the fibers of at least 6 different dimensions woven into this, but there is some other dimensional fiber that's woven over that sort of like weaves them together. It's really hard to put together a definable like what exactly, but you know that in some way this room has contained energy that has been disrupted by other dimensional energy of some sort.
Hmm. Yeah, he probably like takes that into account as we see like the fucking like detective vision he's got, putting all of this together. That there's probably like an interdimensional cohort working together against us, and if we find the ringleader, we'll find this energy pattern that seems to be masterminding or puppeteering the other ones. The only other person who could probably have any more information on this is our little gray friend.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Quevelin. who for his part is helping out in the med lab at the moment.
Yeah, that's probably
He's
where
he
he's not
still
going to
has
go right away.
yeah, and he still hasn't directly like uh, addressed anybody besides the captain and Serold, and I think what was it, Twinkle at one point for something or other. It was either Twinkle or Vesa. Because one of
Yeah, I
you
think it
said,
was basic because Twinkle was angry it wasn't him.
no, it was Xander, because Xander was like curious about the gender and morphology, and he directly like answered one question with one word and then said, not answering anymore. But he's ostensibly helping out in there.
Yeah, he's
But
not going
yeah,
to bring this up right away. But
all
it's
right,
definitely something he's got in the chamber, so to speak.
all right, all right.
He wants to see what conclusions the more material-minded people come to first before he starts
right.
making hypotheses.
All right. Yeah, he's cool. Vesa, you do find Merch's room, and Vesa shows up at your door.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to the pharmacy. As he's like over these fucking like bodies coming out of cryo sleep, like massaging their muscles so that they can like recover faster.
I love the image of this little plant man just like massaging these fully medium-sized.
Yeah, he's
people
got one of those
coming out of
cheapo
cryo
like he's got one of those cheapo like wooden ring massagers that you buy at like tourist shops, you know?
Nice.
Mainly just because it works. But yeah, he's like, the cabinet has just about anything you like. Nurse Jerkdazal will be able to assist you.
Okay. Well,
Was she still in the medical lab?
Oh
Or did
no,
she-
the nurse was getting my room prepped
okay,
to
yeah,
handle
she-
the OS guys.
All right, yeah.
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 Whoop. There we go. Sorry.
you look a little busy.
Oh, don't worry. I'm used to multitasking. When you have about 14 customers that are all vying for your attention at once in a pleasure dome next to the little sun, you learn how to work under pressure.
I feel like we need to sit down and have a couple of conversations sometime, because your life is incredibly interesting.
He just shrugs as he massages their like arm.
I love it. I feel like he'd be my friend in real life. So, I'm looking for. Listen. It's been a fucking day, and I just want to tune in and drop out. So, what do you got?
Let's see. I have and he says, nurse, get, and then he like turns, looks you up and down for a second, and then turns back to the body. 25 cc's of 25 cc's of cloud, please.
Cloud sounds great. Do I need to be in my own room?
Oh, you'll want to be in your own room. We might issue a wheelchair just so you can make sure you get there in time if you want us to administer here.
I mean, if someone's willing to push me, I'm willing to do it here.
He looks around, and if there's anyone in the room, he like would just point at them.
Here for it. Let's go.
The only ones that are in the room with you are like Nurse Jerkazal, the OSs, yourself, and Vesa, and someone that's in the room with them.
Twinkle's not in the room, is he?
No,
No,
you're in the
Twinkle
No,
can't
he's
push
still in the
me.
science lab, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sitting there with not Batman, who's like, picks up random object.
I'm waiting for that room to be cleared to go in and double check all the research, so I might as well tend to the OSs. He would like look at you and be like, actually, maybe gel capsules. Nurse, hand me the thing. And like, she like hands him the thing, and he kind of like moves his head up a little bit, and you see like a port on the side of his head. He like injects some of the material, and then just like out of it comes like a solidified like capsule. He just like hands it to you.
We're gonna be friends. I like you so much more right now. and will continue to just fall in love with you. Also, you're adorable, and that fucking trick is, oh my god.
I'm not
so glad
really
you crossed paths.
I'm not really into body modification, but this is supremely useful in my line of work. And he's just ignored every other comment you just made. He's just like, okay, whatever, and then like continues like massaging.
That's fine. I'm gonna break through that adorable little like, we're gonna be fucking friends.
By
Um,
the by the way, Commodore, Plu, the Skittermander, the little purple Skittermander, flies up onto the bridge on his insect, and he's like, "Hey, what can I do to
Wait,
help? I'm like, we got all kinds of stuff going on here. It was really crazy. It was
you've made a
really
mistake,
insane.
sir.
What can I
You've
do?"
made a mistake. So, what is the name of your creature?
He's like, "Oh, it's a May dragon.
But what's his name?
His name is Wego. Kind of
Ah,
after me.
excellent. You finally
because we
named it.
go fast.
He's like,
We go.
he's like, he's like, what can I do to help? There's all kinds of people that are down there, and they're in the infirmary and whatnot. And I figured maybe there was some people that there's,
What do you
if
do?
they're not doing any. It's like, I don't know. I mean, what do you want me to do?
What are your trade skills? What are you good at?
He's like, well, I do a lot of things. He's like, I dabble with, and he does a backflip off of his May Dragon off of WeGo. He says, I took a few lessons in flying. I've taken some lessons in medicine, a little bit of life science. I pretty good at reading people. Can be kind of sneaky when I need to be. And I know a little bit about computers. I mean, people. My strong point is people. People skills. And dealing with the people. That kind of. But I'm good at a few things.
Ah, Skittermanders. You're always so perky.
He's like, he's like, well, you can be happy today, or you can be sad about tomorrow, or sad
Alright,
about
so
yesterday, or
how good are you at finding stuff that's been hid?
oh, I'm okay.
Okay.
I used to
Go
play.
look and see if you can find the cameras and stuff that the bad guys hid to see what we're doing.
Okay, I'll go looking for cameras. And he jumps back up on Wego and goes flying off.
I really want him to come back with just like one of the cameras that was already installed on the ship and just be like, I found a camera.
Nope, I said the bad guys' cameras.
Well, technically he hasn't been on the ship long enough, but yeah, he'll look.
First,
He'll go look.
How long are we going to be in drift to get to fucking Broken Rock?
So to get to Broken Rock,
Because that's important.
it'll be 5 days for the Ember and 5 days for the Shrike. Strangely, both ships end up getting there about the same time, so you'll be in drift for about 5 days.
When we enter drift, I call like a crew meeting, and I also left instructions for Shaba to do the same. Before we actually enter drift, and everyone that needs to get upgraded needs to figure out how much money they have to get upgraded, because like Ashira dear, you got your ass hammered, and then we realized why is because you're wearing like level 5 armor or some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So you definitely need to get upgraded, and I don't know if anybody else has enough money to upgrade themselves, but we have time and everyone here to make everything. So, does anyone need new stuff?
I mean, I need new armor.
Mm,
But can I
How
not
much
do
money
this
do you
right now?
have?
Because I'm supposed to be passed out in the med lab.
well, this is someday within the 5 days of
Okay.
being in drift. So
Okay.
Yeah. You definitely woke
assuming-
up from your nap and feel better.
you might still have a slight headache. Yeah.
That's
Probably
what
have a little-
Hyperleaf is for.
I
And
have-
coffee.
Space hungover.
I have the dumb. I have the dumb.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor doped
How
up
much
friend.
how much credits do you actually have? And that's under your equipment.
And also include your UPBs. Give both totals.
Cool. I have 1,800 credits and 62 UPBs. I don't think I mapped that correctly.
Damn, that's a lot of credits.
I don't spend money.
She hasn't been spending anything. She like most every. There's a reason why she still has low level armor because she's never upgraded stuff for
Eh.
since for not for several levels.
So what?
All right.
Okay.
So what armor are you wearing exactly?
Preserver's Mantle 2.
Really? Because that's what I'm wearing too.
But
Her dex probably is a lot lower.
what?
Yeah.
My
What is your dex?
For that?
No, just your dex in general.
Oh my god.
It's up at the top.
Thank you. It's 17.
Yeah. No, her dex
You know
is
what?
technically better, but it's still 3. So we're tied there.
Hmm.
Huh.
So
Weird.
don't know.
Yeah, I'm wearing Preserver's Mantle too. What numbers do you have for your bonus? Is it 6 and 9?
696. Yeah.
Really? Because mine kicks ass. But I still need upgraded. Okay, so you had 1,800 or 18,000?
1,800.
Okay, and say I'm pretty sure I need my book. Preserver's Mantle 2 is like we could probably sell your Preserver's Mantle 2 when we get to Broken Rock. It still is original. And with Zinvaresh's help, we'll get a better price because he's a space pirate. So, you think we can get half for it, Jester, with all that going on?
Yeah, half. I'll give you half.
Okay. So
Add 10% extra on that because I have an ability through being a con man.
All right,
nice.
so 60% then.
Okay.
But you have to have merch sell it for you.
I will gladly do that.
Can I also?
Well, merch and Zinvaresh are going to have to work together to get
I
it
have
done
no
right.
problem working with anyone.
Right. No, and I understand that. Armory.
Can I have? I get a
We're
weekly.
listening, dear.
I'm sorry. I get a weekly stipend, and I can't. I don't think I can spend it on stuff for myself. Can I spend it for Ashira?
You can only buy clothes, food, and entertainment, and armor does not count as clothes. It specifically says in the description you can't spend it on armor or weapons.
But my rich family gives me money.
I know,
Just kidding.
but
it has to be money.
I know, it's fine.
Yeah, you can every week you get 100 credits to spend on just that stuff, and at the end of the week, anything you haven't spent goes bye-bye, and you get a fresh one. So it's never more than 100.
Drugs count as entertainment, right? As long as they have no statistical bonus.
As long as they have no statistical bonus, I will allow for just narrative. But if you're
you can't actually buy much for 100.
Yeah.
No, you can't. But it definitely tops it off nicely.
It does allow you to eat out at fancy restaurants whenever you want to, more or less.
Right, they all know me. It's fine.
Have a go out for one serious night of drinking or something. Yeah.
Okay.
So that brings it
I tried.
5.
I know. But
Ooh, we can make it the regimental dress, dear.
Oh,
so it'll be sexy armor.
Okay.
It'll look like a freaking sexy military uniform.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Somebody's been playing Command and Conquer.
yeah, he has. All
Uh,
right.
yeah. So
All right. I got it. I have to spend X, which I'm figuring out now. All right. So it's called, you're going to go to Armor Deer.
I'm there. I'm totally awake, and yes, I'm here.
I know. All right. So when you get to Armor, you're going to delete Preserver's Manual 2.
Okay.
Okay. And you're going to write Regimental Dress 2.
Red.
REGIMENTAL. And you should still be able to spell dress.
Yeah, I got it.
there you go.
Okay. Now, your EAC bonus is 13, and your KAC bonus is 13. And your max dex is +5.
Hold on. Oh my
Oh,
god.
sorry. You're going across. I'm sorry.
I have to write. Wait. Where am I going for that?
Yeah. So you see where your
KAC
KAC and your max dex are?
No, I'm on it. I just.
Okay.
So the first two were 13.
Yeah.
What was the last one?
5. Max dex is 5. And it has 2 upgrade slots and no adjustment for speed or armor.
Okay.
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 And it says equipped still.
Yes.
Okay. So once you click off, your armor should be better. And I have to erase 8,000 from mine.
And
All
did
right.
that spend all of her money as well?
Yeah, you're going to want to erase all of your money, including your 62.
Yeah. So you're down to broke, but you have better armor again.
Yeah.
All right. It's a good thing you live on a ship, so you know.
Most day-to-day life is taken care of by air vents and like gray slime producers. Like,
Got it. All right. Does anyone else have money to do an armor upgrade?
No.
I could make a whole
Unfortunately.
bunch of drugs that we could sell to underfunded people if you give me some money.
How
That's
much money do you
also true.
need?
I
Because
mean,
I
however
could-
much money that you want to like give me for drugs. Just if you
I-
find an easily exploitable, possibly naive populace, you know, maybe some imperialism in there, we could get the next opium craze going on.
All
Like,
right. So
I'm
we're
telling
about
ya,
to
that's-
show up to Broken
Merch is
Rock
about
merch.
it.
Merch. Listen,
I
we're
mean,
about to go to we're about to be at Broken Rock, and we still have 20,000 UPBs that I haven't actually passed out from the crew, or from the Adari thing that he gave us. Every time I roll a savings throw, it tells me that, but I haven't done it yet. So technically, we have 20,000 UPBs worth of stuff that you could use to make drugs, and
I
then
can sell them for 10% more, which,
right, and let me look up Space Pirate.
yeah, because I feel like
Oh,
Because-
Space Pirate doesn't allow you to sell things for a greater price. It just allows you to find the black markets that you couldn't find
Right,
otherwise.
I thought
So,
it was something
perfect.
that went
That
with
means-
that. But either
so-
way,
perfect. That just
Zinferus
means
is going to
that
help.
yeah, you find the market and then I sell for 10% more. And then, yeah, we've made a profit of 10%. So if we can find a way to offload 20,000 UPBs worth of drugs, we just have an extra 2,000 more UPBs.
How much is that in Luxtasy?
Oh my god.
We put a value on Luxtasy, but I don't remember what it was. But I remember Jesta told me with all those drugs, none of them do anything and they're just flavor. So, like, we could just say pile of generic drugs worth of money.
Right. Because I've talked to people about using the full-on drug rules with addiction and the whole 9 yards, and it just seems like it really slants the game towards a different.
Yeah,
tend
and
to
they're
treat-
kind of clunky too because they're a
Well-
constant track even on the first time you try something, which is pretty stupid.
Well, the thing about it is
That's
it
crack,
boils,
man.
it boils down to the fact that we treat drugs as a flavor thing to narratively say, look how crazy our people are, rather than to be like, do we want to make a whole bunch of endless saving throws for things our characters are really only doing for recreation?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I
That
think
doesn't sound
the,
fun.
the general feeling was that the narrative
Yeah.
aspect of this was
If
more fun.
Captain Zai decides that you need an
mechanical.
intervention, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Oh.
If
Now,
Murphy
if you
decides you need an intervention, you are dead.
um,
I have a question.
or in an alternate universe where merch is actually ethical.
That's also
He
possible.
lacks the
But
epic. He gets the
Um,
ethic.
By the way, Twinkle, you do find a file buried very deeply in here, and this is kind of the last thing I want to do here for tonight. You do find a file buried pretty deeply into the computer core that you're able to dig out. That was apparently left there on purpose. It's a rather large data file, and it's um, it's got video on it. Do you want to watch this before handing it over, or do you want to watch this when you hand it over?
Let's watch it.
All right. Your reaction to it is Captain Zai needs to fucking see this. Because it was clearly left there for him.
Do I, as the player, get a description?
You as a player get a description of the fact that you are absolutely fucking... It's terrifying, and it's also makes you very uncomfortable. Because I want to save the narrative until Commodore actually sees it.
next week on
Uh,
Fire Shrike, the scary
No.
dream.
No. No cliffhangers here, because I can't live with that, okay?
Oh no, we love cliffhangers, but I actually want to. I'm prepared to go with the narrative on this right now, but I can also leave it for next week if that cliffhanger thing would be a lot of fun for people to just wonder about what's on it for the week. I mean,
Purple doesn't care.
I'm
Purple's
okay with
tired.
either, but you said, so I thought we were just quitting right then, and that was why. It was because it is the cliffhanger.
right. Is that we can leave it a cliffhanger then?
Okay.
I leave it to you, Twinkle, because it's actually your character that has the freedom here to decide to go or say, "Oh my God," and leave it at that cliffhanger.
I was gonna say we can do the we can do the actual description of what it's like next time.
Okay.
I won't keep up people later than necessary.
I want
Okay.
bed.
Yeah. Poor Nightheart is about to die here, and Ashira looks like she is too. Codex looks like she's been tired the entire time.
Yeah,
I
she's
was.
happy, and we know it. Clap our hands.
But so everybody start mailing me your player's choice awards. We'll start doing sign-offs. We'll start with Xander. Go ahead and give me your player's choice award here.
Really?
And
Food in my mouth, dude.
oh, damn it. Then we'll go
No,
with
I'm
Twinkle.
good. I'm good.
Are you good? Okay, you're
Yeah.
good. You
Yeah.
sure?
Positive.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm Scott, Psych, call me whatever. I don't care. I played Xander, so now Xander needs to stop BSing about everything and focus on this research and get it completely figured out. No more going off and watching everybody else die because he can't run very fast. And stay and figure this codex out or whatever, this cipher, whatever. Figure it out. That's what he's got to do. All right, what else am I in? Let's see. On Wednesday, we do Hinch to Minch. I get to play Knight. And for some reason, my brain just went blank that everything is all crazy in that game, so I don't have a clue. We robbed a bank. I remember we doing that. That was, well, we had a Jerry Springer episode while attempting to rob a bank. More or less.
I know I tuned in last week and there was some heavy shit going on.
Yeah. Let's see, what else am I in? If we do Flesh from Fire Apocalypse World, I'm the current unconscious mechanic, Jake, because he decided to get a wild hair up his butt and stop driving and jump to another vehicle and failed. Whatever. When we do Legion class wrestling, I'm going to be playing Adam Mason. He is the manager to Bear the Boulder Breaker, and he vows to get Bear some title match shots. Okay. So the other one I'm in is Faulty Comics, where I play John Smith. That's his name, and he's sticking to it. But he got to punch zombies last time we played, so that was kind of cool. I punched a zombie in the face. That's cool.
I like
Uh,
that.
What else am I in? Oh, Ballad of Menagerie on Sunday. I play chess. So I'm big fire chick that does fire boom and flies. So last time I remember we flew somewhere. That's all I remember. That's all I remember.
Awesome. Now why don't you go, Twinkle? Twinkle.
Sorry. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith, and you just caught me playing Twinkle Bailey. I'm not going to do sign-offs tonight, sorry. You have fun. Moving on to the next person. Ooh.
What?
What?
Rip.
I'm so confused.
Are you serious there? Why are you not doing...
Tomorrow, you can catch me in Don't Seattle for Anything Less. Wednesday, you can catch me in Hench to Mensch. Sunday, you can catch me running Tales from the Cosmos.
All right. I guess that's good enough. Vesa.
Hello, I'm Amy Gedden, and I play Vesa, and I'm very, very upset that these men and women have left me on a cliffhanger because I'm the person that binge watches the show because I can't handle that, and it drives me crazy. So, if you guys want to watch this show next week, we are here Monday nights, and you get to enjoy this cliffhanger along with me as I literally bitch to everyone for a full week about how I need to know what's going on right now. It's going to be wonderful. They're really going to enjoy it. And you guys are going to enjoy next week's episode because I need to fucking know what's going on. So yeah, that's that's me in a fucking nutshell. Thank you.
Awesome. Alrighty. In that case, let's go to Nightheart. You gonna go next?
Me want to sleep. Hi, friendos. My name's My name's James, otherwise known as Nightheart. You caught me here today playing Cyril Silverchild, the insert joke about Death Note here, but no books. You can also catch me on Wednesday playing Martyr, the pain-dealing, pain-absorbing super mutant who got to take a week off as apparently the fucking zombie apocalypse happened. Which, to be fair, I don't think zombies feel pain, so probably for the best I wasn't there. Sometimes, not often, but sometimes on Saturdays you can catch me in one of many different Justice Grab Bags or Black Box Theaters, and on Sunday you can catch me in Tales from the Cosmos where I play a whole hell of a lot of characters. You should come, though. We found a rat man. He's got a talking cauldron that also turns into a rat man. Made of cauldron.
That sounds amazing.
Witches are weird, my dude.
I guess so.
Like, that's his familiar, is a floating talking cauldron. So yeah, there's that. It's fucking fantastic.
Alright then. Let's move on to Zai. Commodore. The Smasher of Chairs.
Hi, guys. I play Captain Zai. I'm a 6'4" Kasathan, which means I have four arms and look kind of like Goro. I play with this crazy crew, and it's all kinds of fun and stuff. Um, I don't know. We didn't all die, and I'm very happy about that. I was kind of afraid during that battle a couple of times, but everyone made it out alive, and that's always nice. Tonight's episode was brought to you by Boards, Booze, and Bitches. It's food worth dying over. And let's see. Oh yeah, the more important of the commercials. My friend Purple Codex sells T-shirts at tpublic.com, and they are fantastic and amazing. And even though my James is tired, James, if you would.
Purple Codex merchandise. Epic. Not ethic. Purple Codex is not responsible for any loss of life, limb, property, or clout due to the improper use of product. Please consult your doctor or your life coach if you are healthy enough for epic.
I mean, every week you knock it the fuck out of the park. I am proud of you.
What the fuck? Oh, awesome.
So
That was
confused.
so good. That was, oh my god, every week. It's so good.
it's
Right.
it's on to you, Codex.
Wow. Okay. Purple Codex. I've been streaming a little bit more. I got a new car. It's a shiny car. I like it. Yeah, you catch me here Monday nights. I don't pop up into the other ones. I can handle the world in my head, this world, and the real world. I can't handle anymore. I can't do it.
All right. I guess that moves us on to win 5, get 1 free.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free, and you've caught me tonight playing Matthias Merch Dishborg, the lovable little radish man who has become a pharmacy himself. He has opened the medicine cabinets and made more friends. I love it. Nothing like giving Diludad to your best friends just because you want him to get hooked. I mean, be good to them. You can also catch me on various Saturdays where I'm going to be in various Justice Grab Bags and Black Box Theaters, and the final advertisement, because next week, upon the dawn, upon the ride, several men ride in a truck, going to places to recruit for a war that many people do not even find necessary. Deep and far to the east, push to the west, trying to find a way to separate their way of life from ours. But what is our way of life? For those that live out in the far reaches, concrete mixes with timber, mixes with automobiles and oil, mixes with horses and sweat. Soon, men are going to find that the people that live on the fringes of their society may be closer to monsters than friends in all time. Project Severovo, starting next week. That's
Awesome.
me.
Awesome. Well, it brings it back to me. And first of all, bit of housekeeping. Everybody gets 1,600 experience points. Plus an extra bonus of 700. And
Wait,
Hold on.
Yeah. So
2,300 total?
2,300?
yeah, 2,300 total.
Okay.
And then today, this week's player's choice vote was very close. Down to 1 vote lead. Merch, give yourself another 750 experience points.
Y'all are so sweet and wonderful.
All right. With that said, I am the Just a King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for Fire Shrike, my favorite group of space pirates, space terrorists, and ne'er-do-wells. You can catch me here on Tuesday nights for Don't Seattle for Anything Less, where I am playing Salvo, the elf combat mage who's just cocky as all living shit and thinks that everybody should know who he is. You can catch me here on Sundays for the Ballad of the Menagerie. Sorry we didn't get to it last weekend or last night. This entire last weekend was hell. I had zero energy to give to anything. I apologize. I will make it up to everybody next week. Uh, let's see. I'm trying to get Saturdays back online for Justice Grab Bags. We'll see how that turns out. Um, Eventually, we'll get something going back there again. Uh, and I may have a project to announce sometime soon. Uh, look for it. Pay attention. And finally, for the social media stuff, if you are watching us here on Twitch and you want to like go back and listen to this again and check it out again and be like, oh, wait a minute, who did that? What exactly? What kind of craziness was that? Wait a minute, how did that start? Did so and so really say that? You can catch us at YouTube at Paradise Theater. And if you are watching on YouTube and you want to catch the energy where it's live, it's crazy, and Joe Butthurt doesn't get to spoil anything for you, you can catch us at Twitch at Paradise Theater. The only difference between the two is on YouTube, there's a space between each word, and on Twitch, there is an underscore between each word. If you want to, you know, or you can catch us, if you want to catch up on some scheduling information and various bits tidbits here and there, a little twit here and there, a tweet there and there, and some memes of some sort of temperature.
Deep, deep from the hell pits, where sulfur festers and magma rises. Hot memes!
You can catch us at
They're
Pear
pretty-
Theater.
They're pretty lukewarm, actually. I mean, I just want to tell you that.
James, I will slice you.
the undersell, just right there. You can catch us at Pear Theater at Twitter. You can also catch me one other place. You can catch me on my other Twitch channel of Zerat, where I do stream video games from time to time. It's currently been Ghost of Tsushima. I may stream some Sims 4 too. I've been playing it lately. I don't know. It's
Oh
crazy.
my god, I love Sims 4. I can't play it anymore because it blows my fucking computer up. You can fry an egg on this motherfucker when I play.
I love the computer version for this shit because it's clearly a game that was made for computers. You can do so much more with it, but I only have it on my PlayStation 4 right now, which
That's
is the
okay.
more stripped down. But it's actually probably the best console version they've ever made for it because
Oh, for
all the
sure.
other most of the Sims games they've made on console have been pretty shit, with the exception of like what was it, the Lost one where you were stranded on an island. That was pretty good, but I played the fuck out of it. But that was the only one on console that I thought was any good besides this one. But I've been enjoying this one on console, so they do put out regular updates and stuff for it, so that's going to be interesting. With that said, I believe that is all we have for you tonight. And tune in next week to find out what that video was that Captain Zai really needs to see. And let's get an RIP Fern and get out of here. RIP Fern.
R.I.P. Fern.